it do? What it do, YouTube? It's your boy WillPWR, man. We got in a video today titled the most annoying wife ever, and this has to do with Ayesha Curry. I swear there's like something popping up with them like every single year. I have no idea like I don't know what's going on. This is why I don't get too involved with celebrity relationships, because it always seems like nothing's ever going really good. It's only good like on camera, you know what I'm saying? But without further ado, shout out to Ayesha for this video, and we'll go ahead and dive straight into it. Let's go.
I have severe arachnophobia, which is the irrational fear of spiders. And when I say that, I don't mean like, oh, I don't like bugs, they make me feel icky. No. Okay, I really have that shit. If I see a spider out in public, I will cause a scene. As a matter of fact, there have been multiple times where I've freaked out in public because I saw a spider, and I caused the scene. And you know, a lot of my friends know about this, and they make fun of me for it. You know, everyone thinks it's funny that Sid's afraid of bugs. But either way, the reason that I'm saying all of this is because at the end of the day, most people don't have arachnophobia, okay? And there's a reason for that. When you really look at it, for the most part, spiders are relatively fucking harmless. And because I am afraid of spiders and my friends aren't, they find it as a reason to make fun of me. But there are two very specific fears that I feel like every single straight man on this planet worries about universally. Like, you can go up to any adult male right now and they will be like, yes, I have worried about this at least once in my life. Which is one, marrying a girl who's absolutely ran through, and two, marrying a girl who's absolutely unbearable. Now, I know what you guys are all thinking, okay? Just don't marry a girl who's ran through or unbearable. Here's the thing, it's easier said than done. First of all, the only way to know if a girl is ran through or not is to look in her notes, okay? And if she doesn't have her body count in her notes, you have to hope that one of her closest friends who's close enough to know her real body count is also just a fucking snake.
Bro, what is this dude talking about, bro? I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I feel like there's red flags off the rip that should tell you, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, some of y'all be meeting these girls in like the craziest places, like the bars or the clubs, and y'all be expecting her to be totally different outside of that. Not saying every girl that goes to the bar or clubs is, you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying, be thoughting around or anything like that. All I'm saying is that there's a strong correlation between people who go to the bars and clubs a lot, you know what I'm saying, like as like a regular weekend thing, or like, you know, there be other things like, you know what I'm saying, like the unbearable part, like where she's nagging all the time, or where she's like getting pissed off at you when y'all can just be having a normal conversation about, or like, you know, have like a, you know, like a responsible adult conversation about the miscommunication versus like yelling at you, throwing things at you, hitting you, whatever it may be. There's just a lot of flags other than those two that I just listed that should tell you whether or not that this person is either going to be a long-term thing or not. But y'all should be aiming towards the long-term things. Don't think that y'all can fix anybody. That'll at least keep you safer, man.
And will tell you her real body count for some reason. Second of all, do you think anyone who gets married thinks they're gonna have a divorce eventually? No, okay? When you're getting married, in that moment, you probably think like, yeah, I'm in love with this person. I want to spend the rest of my life with them. And it isn't until like 20, 30 years down the road where you're like, shit, I don't know if I want to spend the rest of my life with them. And that's the biggest one right there, okay? Your wife can be an ex-fucking whore cooker. Who cares, okay? As long as you're happy. But if you're not happy and you gotta divorce your wife, dude, oh God. Like, I don't know about you guys, but being divorced sounds fucking terrible, okay? And I know that's a very obvious thing to say, like no shit. But all I'm saying is that divorce is a very real and scary thing. Like no shit. But all I'm saying is that divorce...
I was like, where did this man's hoodie just go?
This is a very real and scary thing. And if you don't marry the right person, that can lead to your reality. And a lot of men tend to be afraid of that. Now, at this point in the video, you're probably wondering, Ayesha, why the fuck did you just like trauma dump on us for 2 minutes? Well, the reason that I'm saying all of this is because, in today's video, we are talking about someone who embodies what it means to be an unbearable wife, but she's still a wife. She's still married to the motherfucker. That motherfucker being the greatest point guard in NBA history, Steph Curry. But in case some of you guys still don't know who I'm talking about, I would like you guys all to meet Ayesha Curry, or as I like to call her, Steph Curry's only bad shot. Now, considering the fact that Steph Curry is quite literally the greatest shooter of all time, I feel like the name kind of speaks for itself. This chick is fucking unbearable. Despite being married to a literal NBA legend, she still finds a way to be ungrateful, complain, and most importantly, embarrass her husband all over social media. And this has been like an ongoing trend ever since this guy entered the league. For example, about 6 years ago, Ayesha Curry went on a talk show called The Red Table Talk, which was hosted by a transgender light-skinned version of Kai.
Man, I'm not gonna lie, bro. That Red Table Talk was not good news from the start. If your wife or your girl is ever on the Red Table Talk, or if she's into the Red Table Talk, I don't know. You might want to, you know, check her temperature, cause like, bro, yeah, that Red Table Talk be something
Sorry,
else, man.
I mean Jada Smith. And long story short, she basically talked about how, you know, a lot of girls throw themselves at Steph Curry because he's an attractive, tall NBA player, but no guys throw themselves at her. And
I think that does something to their ego, you know what I'm saying? Especially when they known and they famous like that. As they get older, that, you know, they gotta compete like with the younger girls who are popping. You got girls who are literally like, you got dudes who are waiting on girls who are 17 turning 18, which is crazy to me. But you know, that's just the world we live in, I guess.
And she's upset about this.
Something that really bothers me and like honestly has given me a sense of a little bit of an insecurity is the fact that, yeah, like there are all these women like throwing themselves, but me, like the past 10 years, like I don't have any of that. Like I have zero, this sounds weird, but like male attention.
By the way, this is a married woman saying this in
Facts.
front of her husband's mom. This is Steph Curry's mom right here.
That's his mom? Bruh, if I ever said this to, like, if I was in front of my wife's dad, my father-in-law, and I'm like, yeah, bro, I just, you know, for some reason, I'm just not getting the girls like how I used to, you know what I'm saying? Girls gonna be, you know, they gonna be shooting their shot like how they used to. You know how fast I'd be yoked up? Crazy, man.
Listen, okay, I am a 21-year-old college student. I have no experience or merit when it comes to speaking about marriage. So maybe feeling this kind of way is totally normal, especially when your husband is an NBA player. But even if that was the case, your husband is an NBA player, okay? This is the type of shit that you keep to yourself. Like, do you not have any sort of PR training? In what world does it benefit you, your husband, or your family to go on a talk show and publicly discuss how you crave attention and validation from other men? Like, is that not embarrassing for how does it even benefit you? And the craziest part about all of this is the fact that she doesn't even realize why this is happening. Okay, the reason that no one is throwing themselves at Ayesha Curry is because she's Steph Curry's wife. Okay, no one is going to shoot their shot at Steph Curry's wife. Everyone respects him. He's the greatest shooter of all time, which just makes this whole situation even more weird because being married to
they look. Steph Curry's a respected man, then it's also like, well, shoot, you know what I'm saying? How can I compete with that? You know what I'm saying? Like, only somebody that's also an NBA player can compete. You know what I'm saying? Like, essentially.
A guy with that sort of respect and status, that is the end goal for a lot of girls, okay? They want something like that. But then you have Ayesha Curry, who instead of cherishing it, is comparing herself to him. And this is like a common theme that you are going to see throughout this video. She's jealous, okay? She is jealous of Stephen Curry. She has talked about multiple times how she is a very career-driven person and thought that she would be the breadwinner of her relationship in the future.
You said he wanted to be a high school basketball coach. Like, I thought I was gonna be like the girl out there getting it.
Now, I want to make this very clear. What she said is totally fine. As a matter of fact, having that mindset as a woman like her is very respectable. But, you're still married to an NBA player. You know what you said.
Imagine if Steph Curry did go down the wrong path in life, or not necessarily the wrong path, but what if he didn't make it and he was just a high school basketball coach, literally the best, shooting guard, point guard in history. Now he's just in a different universe out there somewhere. There's a Steph Curry who's just a basketball coach, and that's just something to think about, man. Food for thought.
He goes on the internet and you are embarrassing him on a fucking podcast. You know, one might think that maybe your lack of thinking when talking about your husband is a result of you having spite or jealousy towards him because he is so successful, getting all this attention, and you are simply just Steph Curry's wife. Now, if Ayesha Curry projecting her jealousy towards her husband in public interviews wasn't enough for you, let's watch the clips of her just blatantly disrespecting her husband because, she does that too. Now, this next clip I'm going to show you has already gone viral multiple times for obvious reasons, but basically, Ayesha Curry featured on this talk show called The Real, and for some reason, I don't know why, they just decide to pull a page out of P. Diddy's book and out of nowhere just reveal some random jacked, oiled up black guy. He then walks towards the girls to serve them drinks, and as a response, Ayesha Curry pretends to take her fucking wedding ring off. Because that's normal. Why is Alexa going off?
Honestly, bro, I'm not gonna lie. For me personally, that's grounds for divorce right there. Why are you playing like that? Now imagine if it's me and my boys in the room, some you know what I'm saying, some fine chick steps out in her like lingerie or whatever, and I get to acting like I'm pulling my ring off, looking left and right, like I'm about to, you know what I'm saying, like, boy, I'd get flamed up. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy.
Marcel.
Marcel. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you
Look, at least the other friend had tried to stop her. Like, hey, you're about to ruin your bag. Chill out, gang.
guys all saw that. Why'd you do that?
Nobody else
that's
did
not
that. Nobody else
respectful
reacted
to your
like that.
husband, who you're married to and have kids with. And now listen, I understand that it's a joke and everything, but it's not even a joke, really. Like, I mean, is that an appropriate joke to make? I don't know. But either way, believe it or not, the interview still gets worse. I don't even know how to introduce this. Basically, later on in the interview, she just exposes him for having a foot fetish.
Hey,
I'm not joking.
No cap. She was literally about to look. She was about to give up a literally Hall of Fame basketball player for some random dude named Marcel with his shirt off, oiled up, and he's the one bringing out drinks. But essentially, he's a waiter. I'm telling y'all, bro. It's not safe out here, my guy.
This is gonna turn into a whole other thing. But
What?
my husband really loves my feet.
Oh, I love that.
Like, it's so funny because, like, I know a lot of females who talk about a male's ego, but when a woman has a huge ego like this, I'm telling you, it can be the most disrespectful stuff on planet Earth.
And so, like, the light was hitting him just right that day. And so I was like, let me just snap this.
Look at this girl's face. She's in disbelief.
Hey, she's a comedian, bro. She be
Picture of my
funny.
feet. So I always say, like, when he says to send nudes, like,
Yeah.
that's what he's getting, a picture of my bare feet. I don't know if he's happy about that, but that's okay.
Now listen,
He's
okay.
probably not now. He's probably embarrassed. Like, why you gonna say that now? The guy's gonna be in the locker room clowning me like, hey, you want a picture of my feet? You know what I'm saying? Dang, gang. Like, that's supposed to be privately for us. That's
Hey,
supposed to be
I know it's
between us.
not that deep. I know Steph Curry's career
It's
isn't
not.
being impacted that much because he has a foot fetish, but is this not something that we just keep to ourselves? I mean, that's your husband. Why are you exposing him like this? Like, I didn't even watch the full interview, so I don't know how they got there, but I can't imagine how they did. How the fuck do you start talking about Steph Curry's foot fetish? You're on a TV show. Like, what? All right, so now that you guys are all caught up on all the stuff that Ayesha Curry has done in the past, now it's time to talk about the reason I'm even making this video.
That's
Because
why I
that
wanna
right
hear.
there,
I'm
all the
not
shit
caught
I
up
was
with
showing
this.
you, that was just the prerequisites. Okay, now we're in the main course. Because, like I said before, that shit was a while ago. That was years ago. But a few weeks ago, Ayesha Curry went on the Call Her Daddy podcast. This thing right here, the How to Have Sex podcast.
The Gluck
and,
9000.
and long story short, she basically talked about how
Bro, what do these podcasts, like, what do you think these podcasts be about, bro? I could only imagine, bro.
she's not happy with her current situation and needs more attention.
I didn't know that he was gonna end up playing basketball. Like he said he wanted to be a high school basketball coach. Like I thought I was gonna be like the girl out there getting it. But after my daughter turned 1, I remember there being a shift and being like, I have goals for myself. Like this doesn't feel right. I love being a mom, but I love doing other things too. And I need to get my shit together and figure out what that looks like for myself now.
So, yeah, that was terrible. What I don't understand that she's saying is she's acting as if because of her children, like they're the reason that she couldn't pursue her dreams. You are married to a millionaire. You are married to Stephen Curry. You can hire the best nanny in the fucking planet. You have family that you can probably just retire and have them look after your kid. There are so many avenues. You have money. Okay, and here's the thing. I know what you're gonna say. Oh, she doesn't want her kids to be raised by a nanny. She wants to be with them.
Here's the secret to
My whole thing with that is, boy, that's so crazy, man. Like, literally, bro. Like, I said this in a previous video before, bro. There's, you know what I'm saying? It's cool being a career. Oh, sorry. There's career being like, oh, sorry. It's cool being a career-oriented woman. But, like, when it gets to the point, like, where we got kids now and all you can think about is what you want to do with your life and all this, like, where you're trying to, like, you know, like, be separate, like, you want to have, like, a separate life from your family and from the relationship and from all this, that's when it starts to become a problem, because it's like, well, both of us can't do that. You know what I mean? Like, especially if I'm the breadwinner or I'm the one that's bringing in the, you know what I'm saying, bringing the family, a big, like pretty much building a legacy. You know what I'm saying, for the family, building a last name. I just think that, like, I don't know. I just couldn't. I mean, like, I would, like I said, I appreciate my wife because she's always been more family oriented. That doesn't mean she doesn't do the things that she loves. It doesn't mean that she's excelling in her job or anything like that. It just means that, like, at the end of the day, family is the most important, if not, like, it's the most important thing to her. Once she has kids, like, once we have kids, and, like, once we, like, you know what I'm saying, she's able to not have to work. I'm telling you, she's about to thrive even harder. Not because all her time's gonna be dedicated to raising the children, but because she can actually do the things that she actually likes to do. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, she gets to figure herself out, through raising her children, and through putting more time into her hobbies, and like I said, just taking the actual time and having the resources to be able to pull from, to just be her. You know what I'm saying? And this is me. Like, this is me. This is how I want to provide. Like, I want to be able to create. I want to be able to put things out into the world. I want people to be able to, like, you know what I'm saying? This is what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, working and all this, like, this isn't like, this is what I want to. This is how I feel like I'm living my purpose, is by working and by serving others. You know what I'm saying? But everybody's different. In this case, it does kind of imply to me, just to me, you know what I'm saying? Y'all might have your own opinions, but to me, this implies that because she has kids and a family now, she can't do whatever she wants. You know what I'm saying? She can't have fun or do, you know what I'm saying, do all this, which is it's a lie.
Okay, that's the responsibility of having a fucking kid. You what? It was either you choose your dreams or you choose your kids. Okay, and a lot of people, including you, tend to choose their kids. It's a respectable choice, but you're out here complaining because of Steph Curry and his success, and because you're jealous of it. It's as simple as that. She then proceeds to say that Steph Curry will never understand her, despite being her fucking husband.
He tries to resonate with me, but he just can't.
Like, god damn! Did you tell Steph about this? She also just says a bunch of other stuff that probably would have been best to just keep in private.
4 kids. Did you always knew you wanted a big family?
No. So, I didn't want kids. I didn't want to get married. I thought I was going to be career girl and that's it. And I had my eyes set on my goals, and I was never the little girl that, like, dreamt about the wedding dress and all of that.
Yep, I'm telling y'all, man. Telltale signs be there. You just gotta pay attention, man. You just have to pay attention. I knew from the get-go that I was going to be a career-focused man. I was going to be putting stuff out into the world, you know, and building a legacy for my family. I was not going to be the type to just sit around and, like, you know, being able to just kind of just sit around and just be lame almost. And I knew I wanted a woman who was going to allow me to do that by her being family-oriented, you know what I'm saying, by her picturing herself in a wedding dress as a kid and just being treated like a princess, being spoiled, all this type of stuff, you know what I'm saying, like just being in her, like her feminine for real. You know, and that's a whole nother conversation, probably for a whole nother video. But if y'all get what I'm saying, man, like these are telltale signs right here, y'all.
And then it happened so early in my life. So it's like, it's one of those things, like, you don't know what you actually don't know what you want.
Like, again, I don't think I need to explain why that is a dumb thing to say when you are married to a global NBA superstar, bro. Now, to give Ayesha Curry some credit, I am going to play, like, the one valid thing that she did say throughout this entire podcast.
You're Steph Curry's wife. Like,
yeah.
Go sit in the stands and, like, he makes so much money, just be happy.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel when you hear those comments?
It feels crazy. And actually what you just said, like, I recall, like, sitting there, you said in the stands, a reporter actually literally said on live television, she needs to sit there and look pretty like other people. I think people just don't realize that there is a life outside of where we are now in our adulthood.
Now listen, okay, what she's saying is actually totally valid. I feel like anyone whose spouse is a famous person or very, very wealthy or successful, they all have this sort of feeling to an extent. But here's the issue, okay? She is Steph Curry's wife. He's too big of a figure for her to ever reverse that image, okay? She's connected to someone who is so fucking popular that it doesn't matter what she says or what she does, she's always going to be known as Steph Curry's wife. So the only way to go about it is to, one, practice ways to not let it affect you, make sure your mental health is good, And 2, shut the fuck up. Stop embarrassing your husband on live television, okay?
I think, you know what I'm saying, like, and this is me, you know, this is me speaking from my very, like, little experience as a husband, man. Listen, my wife enjoys that, like, I'm known, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not like no famous person or nothing like that, but I'm known in my city for sure, you know what I'm saying? And I'm, obviously, I got a bit of a following on the internet, man. I appreciate y'all. But the whole thing is, like, there's a difference between real life and the media. And I always have to, like, remind people about this, because it's like what the media says, what the media puts out, what the internet puts out, it's still not real life. There's a lot that I say on the internet, but there's so much more going on in my personal life that, like, it stays in my personal life. Like, I'm not telling people how what my parents' situation is like, what my situation with my parents is like, with, like, you know what I'm saying, like what my relationship with my in-laws are like, or what the relationship with my siblings are like that, like, or like at work, or like anything, or like when I'm thinking that when I'm alone, and like all this stuff, like, or in my relationship. That's all, like, that's my real life. I call that my real life. There's my social media, my media life, and then there's my real life. So what if somebody says, like, all you do is sit in the stands and look pretty? You know what I'm saying? If your relationship is solid, like, I don't know what's going on behind closed doors, but me personally, I would make sure my relationship in my real life was solid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we talk, we go on dates still. I still woo you, all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, we still actually have real time together, and you're the only person in the world that knows the real me. You know what I'm saying? Let the people say what they say on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what the internet is. It's just a huge narrative, and people like to create narratives. That's how they get their money. You know what I'm saying? Once you understand how that works, how the media works, how the internet works, then you'll start to let go of those things. Like, oh, am I just a pretty girl sitting in the stands, or oh, am I just so and so's wife, or so and so's, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just my take on it.
Like, you're married to an NBA player. You signed up for it, all right? There's pros and there's fucking cons. So it's like, is her trying to go on this podcast, her trying to reverse that? Because it's not going to work. That's what I'm basically saying. But the biggest difference between her and just about every other NBA, NFL, and MLB wife is that they know when to shut up. She just yaps and just fucking doesn't know the negative impacts what her words have on her husband. And again, it's not like she's making him lose money. It's not like she's making him lose out on career opportunities. I'm well aware of that, all right? This is basketball we're talking about. But she's just embarrassing him. Like, this is, he's famous. He has an image to uphold.
Hitting your
Another freaking ad, man. So many ads in these videos. All I gotta say, man, hit that sub button, man. I say this every time. Hit that sub button. Once we hit 1K, I'm gonna get YouTube Premium. Appreciate
Whenever she says something,
we almost there too. We climbing pretty fast, man.
It's gonna go viral and be associated with him. So it's like, and she should fucking know this. She's married to the guy. He's an NBA player. Like, I don't know. And I think that's like common sense, especially as the wife of a player. And I don't know. But this whole situation is just really funny to me because, like, dude, she's married to Curry, bro. Do you have any, bro? I used to watch Steph Curry highlights before every single basketball game when I was younger. Like, she is married to a living fucking legend, and she still has a way to complain about it. It really just goes to show how.
Listen, I used to tell people whenever I hop on the court that I actually tell people I'm Steph Curry's little cousin. His long distance cousin from Minnesota. So he used to work every time, bro.
You can never win. It doesn't. You can be tall in the NBA, handsome, rich, fucking 10-inch penis. I bet Steph Curry probably has. No glaze, no homo. But it's still not enough. Your hoe will still get slayed. Ayesha Curry is still going, bro. It's a damn shame. All right, so when it comes.
Yeah, man, I'm just gonna end the video right there. But let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. You know what I'm saying? I always appreciate when y'all be commenting. Y'all be saying the funniest stuff sometimes, bro. I cannot lie. Make sure to like the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe, hit that subscribe button, so we can get to 1K, and I'm gonna get YouTube Premium. But you know, on a serious note, I love y'all. Make sure y'all have a safe weekend, and we'll see y'all in the next video.